Good morning, girls. Today we're gonna start our new unit, Unit 8, Only a Game, page 66 on your student book. I'm gonna try this method. I hope it's better than the last time. We're gonna handle our passage paragraph by paragraph, learn the meanings, and put a couple of questions on each paragraph. So the paragraph talks about this boy named Thomas Daniel and how he went from being a regular kid to an international diving superstar. I'm not gonna read the paragraph. These are exactly the same paragraphs in your books. You're gonna read them. Please have your book by your side. Pause the video, read the paragraph, and then continue. So the main idea of this paragraph is how the idea of becoming a sports star has two sides. Everything has two sides. A couple of questions is, who does the underlined pronoun they refer to? When someone does manage to do it, they win the admiration of all sports fans. So they is someone does manage to do it. Again, someone isn't kind of an answer. Manage to do what? That only a few have the talent to achieve it. As in those who manage to achieve something, they win the admiration of all sports fans. What is the idea that appeals to millions of people? We're gonna look for the word appeal in the paragraph here. Yes. The idea of becoming a sports star appeals to millions of people. Isn't the idea of becoming a sports star is our answer. The new vocab in the first paragraph is appeal, means is attractive or interesting to somebody. When you find someone appealing, it means that you like how they look, you like how their attitude, you find them interesting or attractive. Admiration, on the other hand, is a feeling of liking or respecting someone very much. When you meet someone who inspires you, you admire them. You admire how your mother works every day to put food on the table. You admire someone who inspires you to do things. You admire your favorite singer, your favorite writer. These are the meanings of these words. Look them up in Arabic if it doesn't really get to you, the meanings here. The second paragraph is divided into two sections. This is the first section. Pause and read. The main idea here in the first half is that the start of Thomas' daily story of becoming a champion. What did he draw when he was 8? I find this part of the paragraph extremely interesting because here it says that he drew a picture of him diving into a swimming pool as an Olympic champion, which is really weird. Children draw all kinds of things all the time. But this boy drew himself diving into a swimming pool when he was 8. And less than 10 years later, he became an international superstar, an Olympic championship. I find this very fascinating. He was somehow foreshadowing what's gonna happen to him. The new vocab here is prodigy, which is a child who is usually good at something. If a child, let's assume, can play really good music, they're a prodigy in music. The other word is underneath. Underneath, I guess that's really clear, really easy. Underneath means being directly below another thing. I think the pen is underneath the book. Really easy. The second part of the second paragraph talks about how determination and talent got Thomas to win his way to the Beijing Olympics. Remember the last paragraph we discussed, the previous unit, we talked about how are people born with talent, or they acquire talent over time. I think this is one of those times or scenarios where someone is born with talent. I believe Thomas was born with talent. He's just good at what he does. And his determination and, of course, practice got him to where he is now, but it was mostly talent at first. Who notices Thomas' accomplishments in the paragraph? The British Olympic team noticed his notices his accomplishments and how good he is, and he was selected to represent Great Britain at the Beijing Olympics. How did the coach's plan backfired? Instead of experiencing losing, he won all the competitions he entered. This is a really interesting part also, because they sent him to compete with older boys in order for him to experience what being a loser feels like. But it backfired, and he won every single competition he got into. The new vocabulary here is winning streak. Winning streak is a continuous period of good luck in a game of sports. It's like when you win a match a couple of times in a row, and it's pure luck. We call that a winning streak. When something backfires, it means that it had an unexpected result or had the opposite of what was intended. عكس ما كان متوقع. When something backfired, I wanted to stay up late, but that backfired on me and I was late to school. Something backfired. A podium is a small platform for a speaker or a performer to stand on. It's called a platform. A podium. It's the little stand you put your paper on when you're doing a presentation, for example. The third paragraph talks about how the year 2008 was an exceptional year for Thomas, and how it was the year that changed his entire life and his entire career. It also talks about how Thomas became a media star overnight. And finally, how his down-to-earth parents helped him and protected him. I'm sorry, I'm missing an and here. At what age did he reach the final stage of the Olympic Games? At the age of 13, he became one of the youngest Britons ever to reach the final stage of the Olympic Games. So, at the age of 13. What did his parents encourage him to do? His parents encouraged him to return to his normal routine of training and going to school. Because especially when a young boy becomes a superstar, they leave school, their grades go down, they lose this pleasure of being a normal 13-year-old boy, but his parents were really supportive of him. The new vocabulary, overnight, means very sudden. It means something happened overnight. Today it wasn't, tomorrow it is. Down to earth means sensible, realistic, and practical. When someone is down to earth, it means that they're extremely easy to deal with, they're very practical. And the limelight means at the center of public attention. It means under the spotlight. We're gonna continue tomorrow. Have a nice day.